Edible landscaping is a kind of a twist on traditional landscaping approaches. It's where you incorporate trees and shrubs that produce nuts or fruits that you can eat and also that wildlife can eat. And it's a great way to have fun in your landscape as well as to achieve all the other goals of your landscape, like all-season beauty, screening, privacy, shading your house or other buildings for energy conservation, but also to produce food for wildlife as well as people. There's a lot of different varieties of trees and shrubs that produce all sorts of wildlife food and human food, and some very high quality cultivars of fruit. We have over 22 different species of trees and shrubs that produce high quality fruits. These are all selected cultivars, not just sort of your wild cultivars, but selected cultivars of everything from black walnuts to Stella cherries to moon gold apricots to hardy kiwi, persimmon, Nanking cherries, lots of different trees and shrubs that produce all sorts of wildlife fruit as well as human food. You know, when my kids were smaller and they got hungry, I sent them out here to graze on the various kinds of fruit that was available. We have all sorts of fruit that produce early in the season all the way through to the fall. So we have 3 seasons of fruit production. We have nuts coming from Persian walnuts to hazelnuts to black walnuts. This is a Stella Cherry. This is a pretty standard cultivar of cherry that's used for you know, backyard gardens and things. It's a really good pie cherry. This was supposed to be a dwarf tree and it's about 20 feet tall, so it's sort of, everything has grown bigger than I thought it would. But that's the nature of edible landscapes. This is a gooseberry, and there are a number of cultivars on the market for these as well. They really like shade, so you can grow these in dry shade and they'll do just fine. They're really tasty. My dog loves them. This is a Carpathian walnut. It's about 10 years old. It's also known as a Persian walnut. It produces your typical diamond walnuts. It's not supposed to grow in Nebraska, but a friend of mine gave me a sample or a seedling, and it's now 10 years old and it's about 40 feet tall. Over here is a Cornelian cherry dogwood. This is an understory tree this is a special cultivar that produces really beautiful red, droopy type fruit that's really delicious in the fall. This is a northern pecan, and this is a great example of how to use a large growing tree to not only achieve energy conservation in your home by shading your house on the south or west side of your house, but also to produce really high quality nuts if the squirrels don't get them first. This is well adapted to Nebraska, and you can graft really high cultivars onto it. Edible landscapes are just a fun way to do landscaping, to bring the countryside back into your home, to bring wildlife to your neighborhood and to your home, and to enjoy the fruits of your labor literally through edible fruits and nuts.